I know a lot of you are like, Jeffree, why are you not in Europe right now? And obviously you guys know I've been going through a lot, not just the breakup, but I think some people need to show a little bit more compassion.
Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. Before we get into today's investigation, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post the tea. Jeffree Star was recently called out for travelling and having fun on his Instagram instead of attending his masterclass in Europe. Now, people did pay huge amounts of money to see him, not only for tickets, but some people bought airfares and accommodation to attend his masterclass. So that is why some of his fans were flipping. But here's what Jeffree had to say on his recent Instagram story.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, how are ya? Just sitting by the fire with my Shane robe, so comfy. Hi. Yesterday was so fun. I know a lot of you were like, Jeffree, why are you not in Europe right now? And obviously you guys know I've been going through a lot, not just the breakup, but it's really hard to leave the dogs. I have a lot less help right now, so I just want to clear the air because people really have been trying it. And just remember that we're all just human beings. We all have emotions. We're all going through things. Minus what I announced to the world, there's a lot more I'm going through. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think some people need to show a little bit more compassion. But let me just clear the air. Yesterday, I got on a plane and I did a day trip. It was an hour and 30-minute flight. I wish I could be in Europe right now, but that is a 10-hour flight and I was supposed to be gone for 10 days. The thought of leaving my dogs for that long when their father is not here, couldn't even fathom doing that. You guys know I hate canceling. I have only done that a few times in my entire career, but emotionally and mentally, you have to worry about yourself first. So yes, yesterday I got to escape all this shit in my head and go play with new products that I'm creating for the brand. And I was in Idaho for literally 8 hours and I was right back home with the dogs and fed them dinner. So I hate that I even have to say that, but you know, I'm so fucking transparent, but yeah, so I'm doing okay. Am I doing great? Absolutely not. But that's okay. So remember, it's okay. So I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but it's okay to not be okay. You don't wake up every day smiling. That's just not realistic. So if you're going through it mentally, 2020 is going to be amazing. So let's clear the fucking air, clear all the bad energy out, and let's start off 2020 fresh. I know a lot of you have already been dealing with some shit and we're only 2 weeks in, you know what I mean? Stay strong, you got this.
Now in more news, Jeffree Star and his boyfriend Nate have split after being together for 5 years. Jeffree had posted a since-deleted tweet after disappearing from social media for 5 days. He had stated, "Dear God, please stop the pain." Then Jeffree had exposed what was going on in his life. He had tweeted, "The hardest part has been waking up and he's not laying next to me anymore. But I'm a tough bitch and 2020 is going to be my year. We were too busy being there for each other that we forgot to be there for ourselves. It's important to take care of your own mental well-being and check on yourself. I've been in Orange County all day visiting my grandma Mary, who will be turning 103 years old this July. Nate has been at my house with the dogs all day. Media outlets reporting lies about him. Stop. It's not going to work. Remember to effing breathe. Good morning, everyone. Today was the first morning I didn't cry over the dogs' bowls when making their breakfast. Hi progress, how are you?" Jeffree Star had then posted a video that was at one point the #1 trending video on YouTube within the first 24 hours of its upload. The video was titled "We Broke Up," and he had exposed that himself and Nate had split. Obviously, Jeffree's fans are distraught for him. Jeffree and Nate have been together for 5 whole years, since the very early days of Jeffree's beauty career, when Jeffree literally had nothing according to his YouTube video on their split. Nate was the most normal thing in Jeffree's life. In fact, he was the most chill person in Jeffree's life. That's the type of energy Nate has always exuded through the screen. Jeffree, as we all know, is the polar opposite. Bougie, drama-heavy online persona, so it's like Nate and him were a match made in heaven. Jeffree and Nate's relationship has always been fueled with love and happiness, although it has without a doubt been an unconventional relationship. Nate was a straight male before dating Jeffree, which some fans have seen this as a positive thing, whilst other fans have seen this as problematic. They were sort of in an open relationship, in the sense that Jeffree has opened up in the past, stating that him and Nate have had a couple threesomes here and there. So what's the reason for their breakup? Jeffree exposed in his video that they had fallen out of love by the sounds of things, but still very much care for each other. Jeffree was so respectful in his approach approach to explaining their split, he handled the video in a very classy way. Jeffree, as we all know, has had to deal with a lot in the last few months. Last year he lost 2 of his dogs, and he's seen his dogs as his children, so he was very heartbroken and devastated. His mother is also very sick apparently, and his elderly grandmother, who is 102, is very, very sick. So Jeffree is really going through it at the moment, but that hasn't stopped some people and news outlets on the internet being disgusting towards him in his time of need and vulnerability. Ah yes, the vultures of the internet. Here for the Tea had recently posted this to her Instagram. And there you have it. My sources tell me Nate is currently in Malibu with a woman. Jeffree had responded stating, "Wow, Nate is 10 feet away from me in the kitchen. How can anyone make up lies while him and I are both heartbroken and grieving? Truly disgusted by that, but not surprised." So the real question is, why are people freaking out about their split? Jeffree has been so cordial and classy about their split, so what's the drama? Well, there are rumours as per usual, like the one we just saw on Here for the Tea's Instagram, and conspiracies as to the real reason for their split. But hello? Are there any receipts of this? Well, no there's not. So then it's all just speculation. The other thing is, this split was very unexpected. Jeffree and Nate seem to be like one of the most solid and genuine couples on YouTube. Not to mention that Jeffree had just bought a new mansion for himself and Nate to live in. Why would Nate move in anyway if they were having issues and were gonna split? Well, if you watch the mansion tour, you'll see that Nate had sold 80% of his designer clothes in his closet, and his closet was pretty empty for him, who, you know, had a bunch of clothes before. Maybe he had to sell 80% of his clothes to help get some funds together for his and Jeffree's split. Jeffree doesn't seem like the selfish type though. I'm sure he'd help Nate out if he even needed it. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. So after the last 24 hours, after Jeffree's upload to his channel exposing their split up, Jeffree had also taken to his Snapchat and Instagram to address vile rumours the media have come up with. Jeffree also addressed how he was feeling and what he was going through. Here's what he had to say.
Hey guys, if you've watched today's video, you know that my grandmother is not doing too well. So even though there's a lot of emotions and a lot of heavy stuff going on in my life, I need to go see her. So I am off to Orange County to go visit her. This may be one of the last times I see her, so I'm really anxious. I mean, she's 102. She's lived a beautiful life, but I need to go say some deep shit to her. So I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. I know today's video is fucking horrible, and I'm so sorry. But just thank you guys for being here with me. Mwah. Hey guys. I just wanted to quickly come on here. I know I live a very public life, so I like to be really transparent. I don't like when people make stuff up. So a lot of you were like, are you and Nate like hanging out right now? I was in Orange County, which is like an hour and a half away from where I live in Hidden Hills, and I was visiting my grandma. Grandma Mary turns 103 this July, okay? And I don't know how long she has left, so I have been visiting her a lot. I know I talked about that in today's video. So instead of having my security guards or team watch my dogs, why not have Nathan, who raised them with me for years, watch them instead? So I know a lot of people are like, yes. Also, him and I both felt like it was necessary to show that he is actually at my house today, because there is a few media outlets reporting that Nathan is in another city with another girl. I'm like, you guys, do you think me and him want to date anyone else right now? Do you think that's on our minds? Hi, I'm on day 10 of crying my eyes out. No, that's not what we're thinking about right now. So I saw a few people, big publications posting straight up lies. Hi, my lawyer will call you in the morning. But okay, you guys, I'm emotionally drained. Before I sign off for the night, I know I've said this 20,000 times, but just thank you. This is really rough, so I just want to just put the record straight, because people aren't going to disrespect him. You're not going to disrespect me. I know a lot of people enjoy. So this has all just been a lot for me, emotionally, mentally. It's just like deep breath. So I'm gonna go say goodbye to him. He's gonna go say goodbye to the dogs, and I am going to take a big hit. I love you guys. The Star family is so strong, and the overwhelming amount of comments today and just support is like, it means the world, so thank you. Look at my little shadow this morning. Come on, Vinci. It is cold out. Come on, Vinci, let's go inside. Come on, dude. Let's go. Hey, look at him. Oh. Come on. Let's go. It's cold out. Get me right back in this fire. Good morning, everyone. Today was the first day where I fed the dogs and didn't cry in the dog bowl. So, progress. How are ya? I'm still just kind of like in a weird, crazy daze. How's everyone doing? How's your weekend been? I know 2020 has started off really heavy, but it's time to get rid of that energy and start fresh. So, who's with me?
Now, it's important to be compassionate in these times for Jeffree and Nate's sake because they were very much in love and still care for each other immensely. This wasn't a messy breakup in the slightest. Nothing about their relationship was toxic. Nate was the only normal thing in Jeffree's life. This, Jeffree had noted in his breakup video. For a lot of YouTubers out there, their relationships are a huge part of their personal brand and the reason they make a living. Jeffree, however, has kept his personal life very private. He explained in the past how Nathan isn't interested in being famous, which must have been extremely refreshing for him. Nathan very rarely made an appearance on Jeffree's channel also. Every now and then, sure, but he definitely wasn't out for clout, and it shows. Nate has since deleted all of his social media, which further proves what kind of a person Nate really is. That's all for this investigation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.